Hey guys, it is January and a lot of y'all are decluttering your homes, decluttering your mind, your body, your spirit. What I like to do is I also like to make a good clean cabbage soup to help clean out all of the wonderful things that I ate over the holidays and drank over the holidays, and it just helps me to really get a good clean start, liver, gut, all of those things. So what I like to do also with this soup is I don't add any oil or salt. Zero oil, zero salt. Really helps to depuff me, all of that inflammation, all of that gone. Especially, I just came off of a flight, a 10-hour flight to Hawaii. If you didn't check out that Hawaii video, definitely go check that out. We had such fun. It was so relaxing. But a 10-hour flight, you have that congestion, that dryness on the plane. It's just not good. So I like to, when I get home from traveling especially, as well, a good clean detox. So in this soup, I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm using. Of course, we have some cabbage. And I'm using a small head of cabbage because there's only 2 of us that are eating the soup. But if you want a larger cabbage, that's up to you. I have okra. Okra is optional. I love okra. If you don't like okra, it's optional. The main ingredient, of course, is your cabbage. So you have some tomatoes, and these are just a diced tomato. I have carrots. These are shredded, but you can chop them however you want to cut your carrots is fine. I have celery, corn, and you can use frozen, fresh, cut it off the cob, canned. Canned would be my last resort, but yes, corn. I love to add corn. A large onion and some garlic. I have some peppercorns that I'm going to add in, some no salt seasoning, and I have some turmeric and some ginger. Okay guys, so you can see I have prepped everything for the sake of time, and you can use, if you want fresh, if you want frozen, if you want canned, that's up to you. Just if you do use canned, try to use no salt. Okay, either one, just that's always best to do fresh, but if you don't have fresh, use what you have. All right, so I'm gonna finish chopping up my okra, and then I'm gonna chop up the cabbage. And literally, this recipe is so easy, so simple. You'll be eating your cabbage in less than 30 minutes because it's really just a add it and dump it. If you compost, don't throw this away. Cutting up the cabbage. If you wanted smaller pieces, you can cut them into the quarter into half, which is 1/8, of course, and just chop it down. Once I've chopped up the cabbage, you want to wash it well, because in those layers, you get dirt down in those layers. You want to make sure you wash it really good. So I'm actually going to put the cabbage in a bowl so that I can really wash it and let it sit in there for a couple minutes so any dirt can loosen, and then I'm going to strain it out. Then I give it another good rinse and shake. believe this is a 5-quart Dutch oven, so that's what I'm using, but you can use any large pot. Not really a big deal about the size pot. You just want to make sure that you have room for your amount of soup that you're making and it doesn't bubble over. So to this pot, I'm literally just going to start layering in the ingredients, and I'm going to start with the cabbage. I'm going to add in tomatoes, okra. Literally just going to dump everything in. Corn, celery. Literally, I don't have enough room. Clearly, I don't have enough room, so I'm going to switch pots. So now I can add the rest of my carrots, onion, for the turmeric, I only need a couple of little pieces, and so I just washed it, and now I'm going to peel it and slice it up. And we just add all of that to the pot. I'm going to grind a few of these peppercorns. Put some into the pot as well as my no salt seasoning. I am adding filtered water, but you can add the water that you want. And I added about 4 cups of water, but just so I can see it come to like the edge of just underneath the vegetables, because again, they're going to cook down. They're going to cook down and they're going to make their own water. So I don't want too much water. I don't want it too watery. But if you want more, you want it soupier, watery, more water than vegetables, that's up to you. In the pot, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a mix. And this is why I changed pots, because I wouldn't have been able to do this part in that smaller pot. It would have cooked down, it would have been fine, but I wouldn't be able to mix it right now. And you can just mix it now, a little bit now, just to get all the flavors. As they cook, they'll incorporate with one another. And then as it cooks down, you can continue to give it, another few more little stirs as it continues to cook. Now we just add the lid and let it do its thing. I'm turning the eye on a medium-high heat, and I'm going to add the lid. So right now I have everything cooking. It's already starting to bubble already, but if I had added it into that cast iron Dutch oven, it would cook a lot faster. That's why I wanted to use it. So it would have taken only 30 minutes, but because I'm using a stainless steel pot, it's going to take a little bit longer. So always keep that in mind, depending on what you're cooking something in, the amount that you're cooking. So I used a very small cabbage, even though I had a lot of other vegetables, but if I used a larger cabbage, it's going to take even longer. So always keep that in mind. So you have like a little window of about 30 to 45 minutes is how long it's going to take for everything to really cook and marry and start to get those flavors really going. And it's very key that you add all of those ingredients. I love to add the onion, the celery, the ginger, and the turmeric, and the garlic, because without that salt in there, if you are a person that loves salt, those seasonings, the no salt seasonings as well, all of those no salt seasoning herbs, that's what's going to help to eliminate that salt craving. So, and it's what's going to help to pull out that inflammation, all that water retention, all the bloating, all the aches, the pains, clean out that gut, clean out your liver. That's what's going to do it. No salt, no sugar, no oil, none of that in there. It's going to be great for your body. It has natural sugars in the corn, in the tomatoes, so you don't really need that in there. And we want to not add any of that gunk in there so that we can help pull the gunk out of our bodies. All right, guys, I want you to see this. You see how it's already bubbling and starting to boil? And look at the water. It's already made its own water. That water came up. The vegetables are cooking down. They're becoming tender. I can see some of those peppercorns in there. And look at, this is why you don't add too much water. You want the water just under, you want the water under the vegetable level, because it's going to make its own water. And it's, for me, it's only been 5 minutes that it's been cooking. This is only 5 minutes that the heat has been on. Look at that. And so you can give it another good stir to make sure everything is well incorporated. And don't forget to put your lid back on. Alright, it's been 20 minutes and it's really cooking down well. All the veg becoming tender, especially the cabbage. Look how much water it's made. Now if you taste it and you want more seasoning, add a little more seasoning, but no salt. If you decide, look how clear the broth is. So if you want more of a tomato base, but be careful if you're using like a spaghetti sauce or something of that may have sugar and salt in it. Read your ingredients and be careful not to use that. Okay, y'all, so if you use that spaghetti sauce or some of the ones that have salt, if you use the tomatoes from the can, things that have salt, you want the ones that have no salt and no sugar. The whole point is to detox. I was asking Craig, what did you say? You think you need to detox or no?
I think so.
He real skinny, y'all. He like them guys you call slim. But, you know, he still got a lot of gunk in there. Gotta get all that gunk out. Right, Craig?
Yeah.
All that holiday goodness that you ate and drank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to start fresh, right?
Yeah, start fresh and we can do it again.
So every year we have Lent from starting on Ash Wednesday to Easter. That's 40 days. But I start early. Every year I start early. Right, Craig?
Yes.
So what are you giving up, Craig? I give up alcohol beverage. So even wine, no salt, no sugar or meats. I'll have fish on Fridays. And sometimes I fry it, sometimes I don't. Especially since that's the only thing that I eat, I'll still have the fish. But from this point until Easter, no salt, sugar, meat, or alcohol beverage. You joining this year, Craig?
Yes.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. So Craig, you say you joining? You joining the fast this year?
Yes, I am.
What you gonna give up?
Gonna get up meat.
You giving up the meat?
Yeah, I'm gonna give up the meat. I'll eat seafood.
Until all the way till Easter?
Yep.
Ooh, okay, brother, okay.
Grilled fish, fried fish, pan-seared fish.
All right, I love it.
That's the plan.
High five. Ooh. All of your scraps, you can do a couple things. You can compost it, or you can boil it down and make a vegetable stock, and then pull out all of this and compost it, or you can even blend it. Once you boil it down, you can strain it, then compost, or you can blend it up and then strain it and then compost any of the waste. All right, guys, don't throw your bottom of your celery away. You can propagate it. You just want just enough water for the bottom to touch the bottom of the celery. And when you see those roots start to grow, you can put it in soil. And literally it's going to start growing. You'll see it growing from the middle in about a week. Give it some sunlight as well. You don't want to fill it all the way up with water. It'll rot. But yeah. Even if you can also stick it in some moist soil. If you have a little flower pot and you moisten the soil, you can just stick it right in there as well. Okay, the soup is all done. So all the vegetables are nice and tender. Carrots, cabbage, mainly the cabbage is what you want to make sure is your desired tenderness. Okay, we're going to spoon it up. I can't leave you out. No.
Okay.
You love cabbage soup.
I do.
I know you do. That's why I'm making you a nice fat bowl of it. Here's yours.
Thank you.
Alright, I got my bowl. Let's see. How you like it? You go first. No salt. You can tell no salt.
There's
It's
no salt.
no salt. No salt.
No salt.
But it's super good, tender. Can you take you can taste that heat? Ooh, that heat got me. From the ginger, the turmeric, and that cracked peppercorn, I think I bit into a piece of the pepper. I'm not a pepper person. If you like spicy, spicy's even better. You can put some chili flakes in there, some cayenne, and that heat really gets your gut going, all of that. But oh, I bit into a peppercorn. So good. So good and so simple. Literally, all you're doing is getting all your ingredients and dumping it in a pot. Put your water in, let it simmer down, cook down between 30-45 minutes until you get your desired tenderness of your cabbage, because that's what's going to take the longest. So good. I have everything linked down below. What I use, all the good stuff. All right. You gonna finish yours?
Yep. Go and finish it.
Cause I'm finishing mine.
And there's no salt.
I'm not cooking anything else, so that's all you're eating. That's all he's gonna eat. But everything will be, the recipe will be in the description box below. And what he doesn't know, I'm gonna make him some green juice. He don't like green juice, but he gonna drink it. If y'all want the recipe for the green juice, my cucumber's running away. If you want the recipe for the green juice and also making the carrot, turmeric, and orange, but you have to put pepper in that also. It helps to activate the turmeric. If you want that recipe, I've already made a video on that, and I will link that in the description box below as well. So good for inflammation, detoxing as well. He loves the carrot juice, but the green juice, But I will list all of it in the description box.